The Shoe Addict, the true story of the poor young man who built Nike into a billion-dollar empire. Introduction. One day, you tell everyone you're going to build the world's biggest athletic shoe brand. But at that moment, you have no factory, no technology, no millions of dollars in investment. You don't even know where the money to pay next month's bills will come from. If it were you, would you dare to keep going? Phil Knight dared. The strange thing is, the man who created Nike didn't start with a perfect plan. He started with a journey, a dream, and a nearly crazy belief that he could do what no one else thought possible. But what surprised me the most wasn't that Nike became the world's leading brand. It was that the company nearly went bankrupt, more than once. Chapter 1. A Dream Born on the Track. Phil Knight didn't grow up as a business genius. He was a young man who loved running. Out on the track, he realized something. Good athletic shoes could transform an athlete's performance. But quality shoes back then were far too expensive. A question popped into his mind. Why not bring good shoes at a reasonable price to more people? That was the first seed. Every great business starts with a very simple question. Chapter 2. A Life-Changing Journey. After graduating, Phil didn't start a company right away. He set out to explore the world. It wasn't just a vacation. It was a journey to find the answer to his life's purpose. Upon arriving in Japan, he saw high-quality shoes offered at competitive prices. In a moment of boldness, he introduced himself as the representative of a company that didn't even exist yet. It was a gamble. If he failed, he had nothing to lose. If he succeeded, a new door would open. Sometimes, life changes only after you dare to take that first step forward. Chapter 3. A startup that was far from glamorous. We often look at Nike as it is today. Lavish stores, billion-dollar contracts. But few people know, in the early days, Phil sold shoes right out of his car trunk. He drove himself. He made deliveries himself. He persuaded customers himself. By day, he worked another job to make ends meet. By night, he tended to the business. No fancy offices, no massive team, just the belief that tomorrow would be better than today. Chapter 4. Success always comes with crises. If you think things will run smoothly after a few years, you might be surprised. Nike was constantly facing crises, cash shortages, inventory shortages, staffing shortages, pressure from banks, shifting partnerships, growing competition. There were times when, every morning upon waking, Phil would wonder if the company would even survive until the end of the month. What set him apart wasn't that he avoided difficulties. It was that he never viewed difficulties as the end of the road. Chapter 5. A Team United by Belief. Phil Knight didn't hire perfect people. He sought out those who loved sports, loved running, loved the product. They argued. They made mistakes. They worked like crazy. But they all believed in the same thing. No one built Nike alone. A big dream always needs people who dare to believe in it. Chapter 6. A logo doesn't make a brand. The famous swoosh symbol was originally designed at a very low cost. No one imagined it would become one of the most valuable logos in the world. Phil understood that a logo is merely a symbol. What makes customers remember Nike is the emotion, the spirit of pushing beyond limits, the desire to win. A strong brand doesn't sell products, it sells belief. Chapter 7. Failure is the tuition fee. There were defective shipments. There were wrong decisions. There were times of over-rapid expansion. There were people who left the company. If every failure had made Phil give up, Nike would have vanished long ago. He learned that mistakes aren't the scariest thing. The scariest thing is stopping your progress out of fear of making a mistake. Every fall leaves a lesson behind, and every lesson helps the company grow. Chapter 8. Don't let a dream remain just a dream. Reaching the final chapters, I realized Shoe Dog isn't a book about shoes. It's a book about perseverance, about courage, about ordinary people daring to pursue the extraordinary. Phil Knight wasn't always confident. He felt fear too, doubt, exhaustion. The difference was he kept moving forward, even when he didn't know what lay ahead. Conclusion, an inspiring message. When I close the book, I no longer see Nike merely as a brand. Behind the swoosh, I see thousands of sleepless nights, debts, long drives, moments on the brink of bankruptcy, and a human being who never gave up on his dream. Phil Knight doesn't teach us how to get rich quick. He shares something few successful people are willing to admit. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It is full of twists and turns, times when you lose your way, decisions that keep you up at night, and moments when it feels like the end. If you take away just one thing from this book today, let it be this. Don't wait for perfect conditions to start. Start with what you have, and let the journey teach you what you're missing. Maybe today you have nothing but an idea, an old computer, a small corner of a room, or just a dream no one else believes in. Don't underestimate those beginnings. Nike, too, started with just a few pairs of shoes in the trunk of a car. No one can see the future on day one. But every small step, repeated with persistence, can create an extraordinary journey. Who knows? Years from now, when you look back, what makes you proudest won't be the money you earned. It will be the fact that you didn't give up on the days when all hope seemed lost. For in the end, great dreams do not belong to those who know no fear. They belong to those who keep moving forward, even when their hearts are filled with fear. And perhaps that is the greatest legacy Phil Knight left behind after the story known as Shoe Dog. Please subscribe to the channel to listen to great books every day. Thank you.